What is up, everybody? Good morning. We are out here today in the Pisgah National Forest, up at the kind of parking area for Black Possum Knob. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing an overnight trip down through Black Possum Knob in the Shining Rock Wilderness area. We'll probably camp around some tree line, but cover some balds today. There is a bear canister required, so I do have the pack here. Brought the Kumo today, and we've got the bear can strapped onto it. So got everything packed up in the pack. Real quick before we hit the trail, I am going to go use the bathroom in the actual facilities, save some time. But let's go ahead, use the bathroom, and then we'll hit the trail. All right, I very rarely ever say this, but I think a cat hole later is going to be far better than that privy. Oh my gosh, that thing is trashed. So no bathroom trip. We'll use it later on, but we're gonna go ahead and hit the trail, walking down Ivester Gap Trail right now. Let me try to grab the camera. The sun's kind of starting to rise. Cut up to the Art Lobe, go over Black Possum Knob, then Tennant Mountain, and kind of go past Grassy Cove, Ivester Gap. See if there's a good place to camp within that area. Then we're going to hike a little bit further, kind of towards more of the Shining Rock area, where there's some tree line just in case that afternoon thunderstorm comes in, and we'll be a little bit closer to water. But let's go ahead, set up onto the Art Lobe. Let's get going. All right, we're here at the summit of Black Possum Knob. Got a couple pictures, drink some water. Now we're gonna keep on heading up over to Tennant Mountain, which is my favorite view in 6,000 footer up here. Let's keep on going. So I'll kind of show you real quick. Up there is Grassy Cove Top. Yes, I think that's the name. Down here is the first part of Ivester Gap. Around this, the little hill here is the second part where it's more flat. But then last time I made the mistake of going along this flat trail, if you can see it there, when really the Art Lobe goes up and around. And if you follow this flat trail, it starts to take you down towards, I believe, Graveyard Fields down that way. So we gotta make sure we stay on the trail, go around this to the other side where we can reach Shining Rock and Cold Mountain. All right, so let's go ahead, let's hit Ivester Gap, then we'll keep on hiking. Okay, so now we're backtracking a little bit because we're in a high brushy area. It's thick with brush. I'm gonna go back into the tree line because I've got to poop, and I've got to try to find a spot where I can get off trail and do that. So we're gonna see if we can find that before an accident happens. Let's go. All right, we got that taken care of. By the way, I do not recommend pooping by a bunch of sawbriars. That was not an enjoyable experience. All right, so we have officially entered the Shining Rock Wilderness, officially now. So let's kind of take a look at the map here, see what we're gonna do. So if you can kind of see, we're right here. It looks like Art Lobe goes up over Cove Top there, but that trail's closed. And then this one, I've taken this on accident before, and we take like little herd paths back up. But I'm thinking I'm gonna stick to the left, and we'll take Shining Rock Ledge. And then that should hit Shining Rock Gap. And then I believe when we hit Shining Rock Gap, actually I don't know, because that will go up and around back down to here. Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna take Shining Rock Ledge, and then what we'll do is once we hit Shining Rock Gap, we'll get back up to here,
We'll curl back down here. The water source is right there. And then over here, I know there's a bunch of grassy balls on this part. So that'll be the plan. We'll take a Shining Rock ledge up the Shining Rock Gap and then come back down to the trail. Alright, so we just reached the junction with Little East Fork Trail. I'll have to look on the map where that goes to because I'm curious where that goes. But we're going to go right here, and it should take us up to Shining Rock Gap. We'll go up towards Shining Rock a little bit. There's going to be some tree-covered campsites with still a view on the side there, if I remember correctly. We'll set up the tent. We'll get kind of camp set up. Then we'll walk down to the water source, kind of camel up, get some water. And then we'll see what the weather's going to look like, see what the distance is to like Cold Mountain or maybe up to Shining Rock. We may just hang out. And then come later in the day, especially though, we may go there beforehand, but the field where I've camped before, we'll go walk down there and watch the sunset and watch the sunrise, hopefully tomorrow. So I'm going to keep on moving. Let's keep it going. Don't you hate it when you have a whole campsite in mind and you feel like you got to the trailhead early enough to get to that campsite and it's completely filled? So we're on the Old Butt Trail. We're gonna see if we can find a campsite. We may have to go closer to the water source and see if there's any down that way, but we'll kind of work our way towards that open bulb, but see if we can find a camp. All right, so this campsite doesn't look bad. I see a couple dead branches overhead. That could be a problem tonight though. We'll see. I don't know what I'd like to do, or we'll kind of go up and show you. And granted, the last couple trips have been horrendous for falling trees. So I don't know if there's a view here. I can get to a view. That'd be this would be probably a good site. It does have some firewood already. I didn't bring anything to process wood, but I do have some fire starters just in the ditty bag, so may be able to see if we get a fire starter. But looks like there's a little path down this way. We'll see if we can get a view. If not, we'll just we'll go back down, head toward the water source, and then just camp out close to the bulb. But let's see. All right, I'm gonna go back down towards the water source. It's all overgrown over here. And it's kind of a pain in the butt to get up here, so I'd hate to make multiple trips like that. So I'm going to head towards the water source, see if we can find another one in the trees. Maybe see if there's one close to the bald. I don't know, but we'll get the backpack on. We'll head back down that way. All right, so we've got camp set up here in this little grove of trees with the bald right out there where we're going to be able to catch the sunrise and the sunset. So far, I got the ramen cold soaking. We're going to go out of water, so we're going to head back down the trail to go pick up or get some more water and fill up. And we'll come back, just chill out here. This place really does block the wind really well and kind of keeps me out of the sun. So we're going to get set up and then see what else we do today. Alright, so this decision may come back to haunt me. We'll find out. But we're right now surrounded by just kind of some brush. But on the other side of that, we got a clear view. There's a fire pit right here. If a thunderstorm does come through, I'm not necessarily worried because we're in between two big hills. And so I think I'm going to move camp over to here. So that way we kind of have a fire pit, and we'll see possibly if we can get a fire started. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I think we're gonna move camp over here. All right, we got all the gear in there. We gotta get the tent reset up. I think this is a good call because we're protected on three sides. In fact, there's a blueberry bush right here, so that's pretty cool. But then if you look up, as you look up, this is the view we have from the front door. So I think this is gonna be a good spot. Let's get the tent staked out. Let's get it reset up. All right, so we got camp reset up. I got the tent staked lower to the ground this time, just because of the winds that may be coming through. But it should be stable. Seems to be pretty tight. It's a little less room in there than I like, but it does mean that we're not going to go flying off the mountain. So right now, just gonna hang out. Probably go back to the shade just to hang out until it gets a little cooler. But we'll enjoy the scenery and wait till sunset. All right, it's officially dusk. Gonna get in the tent now. We're gonna lay down, watch a movie, and then go to sleep and wake up, and we'll see if we catch sunrise tomorrow. Probably won't. Probably we'll sleep in a little bit, and then we'll go from there.
Good morning, guys. It's about 8:30. I actually slept pretty well last night. I was gonna try to sleep in more, but if you can't tell, the sun is very bright right now. But I actually do need to get packed up because there is a rain forecast for about 10 o'clock. So see if we can get everything packed up and get to the car before it rains. But we're gonna get packed up, then we'll hit the trail, and we'll go from there.
All right, we are completely packed up. That was a bit of a struggle how to pack a little differently, because while I was strapping on the tent, one of the buckles on the strap just straight up came off. So definitely when we get back, we're going to check out Gossamer Gear, see what we can do to get that repaired or replaced. And then what we're going to do, instead of going down the Artlow Trail and taking the shorter trail, we're going to actually backtrack to where we were coming up from yesterday, because I have no water. So we're going to get some water there, camel up, but then we're going to keep on going back that way, and we're going to take Ivester Gap Trail, just because even though it is longer, it is more flat and it's less hilly, less rocky terrain. We should be able to make some good progress on that terrain. So we're going to go ahead, grab the trekking poles, hook up the camera, hit the trail. So real quick, if you look, there's Sam's Knob, Chestnut Top, and Mount Hardy kind of back there in the background, and then all the way over here is the car. So we just got this little bend to go, and then we're back to the vehicle. All right, that's a wrap on the hike. We're back at the car. We're gonna throw everything in, and then we'll head into town, get some food, get a beer, and then head home. See you guys on the next one.